Would I be the asshole if I stop all of the favors I've been doing for my ex since he has refused the one favor I asked? My ex-husband been 38 male, and I 30 female have 2 kids, girl 9 and boy 7. We divorced over 5 years ago and co-parent very well. The divorce was because I was happy with our 2 children, but he wanted more, and even therapy didn't help. We have had basically no issues. There's no child support. We're 50-50ths. Have never had issues having the kids if the other parent has something come up. And understand that it's just about making sure our children's lives aren't too disrupted. Then remarried 38 female Ashley 4 years ago and they have another child, a boy, and another about to make their appearance in this world in a few weeks. I am marrying my fiancé Luke 36 male in February. We've been together for about 3 years and he's known my kids for 2. We moved in together last year. We have a group chat, but aren't overly friendly or anything. We only talk about the kids and keep it pretty lighthearted. Our only rules with the other datings is that we would introduce our partners to the other before they met the kids, which went great with both of them. When Ashley and Ben married, I obviously kept the kids an extra week for their honeymoon and again for my actual week so they could settle and they didn't live together before they got married. When they had their first baby, I kept our kiddos for about a month, but brought them over a few times to see their new brother obviously, so they could settle in since it was Ashley's first baby. A few weeks ago at one of the kiddos' games, Ashley told me the date her C-section was scheduled for, which is in the middle of their custody week. I told her we were excited for them, and of course I could keep them that week and my following week, and we could go back to normal their next custody period. She kind of hemmed and hawed and asked if we could keep them for another custody week to give them a month again to get used to things. I said that was fine. I didn't expect them to need that much time for their second baby, but I understand C-sections are major surgeries and I said I'd be happy to keep the kid. They don't live far from us, so bringing them over to hang out won't be too out of my way, and of course, I love having my kids with me. Anywho, we've finalized our plan for our honeymoon, which is 3 weeks. I know it seems excessive, but it's something on both of our bucket lists, but not something the kids would be too interested in, and the honeymoon seems like the best opportunity to do so. Basically, we would get married on Saturday my week. The kids would stay with Ben that night and stay for his week. Then they would keep them for our week and their next week. So they'd have them for one of my custody weeks plus 1 extra evening. I don't have family around. My parents died young, grandparents before them, and the aunt and uncle who helped raise me retired 3-hour planned ride away and a 2-hour drive at minimum. I have friends who have watched the kids before, but I didn't see a single issue with asking Greg to keep them for a week since it seems like there's a bit of precedent. I texted him the general plan and emailed him a more detailed one with locations, days, times, etc. so he could know where we were, how to contact us if there was an issue. I thought all was well and good, but they never responded until a few days later they emailed me what Luke and I jokingly now refer to as the manifesto. It was long, rambling, repetitive, and still somehow partially written by ChatGPT. The gist of it was, what kind of mother goes on a 3-week vacation without her kids? I'm a terrible person in general for asking a young mother to have her stepkids full-time for 3 weeks while I go and enjoy myself there. She kept calling Ashley a young mother. I think she means mother of young kids. And I know it's not the point, but it kept annoying me. Also, it wouldn't be alone with her. Ben would obviously be there. I am a horrible co-parent for asking them to have the kids for 3 straight weeks while their kids are so young. Their newest baby will be 6 months old at the point. Apparently, it's all well and fine that Luke and I don't want any more kids. He has had a vasectomy and known he didn't want kids of his own for a while. But we'd better not think that gives us permission to dump he kiddos on them to gallivant around. I don't think I've ever gallivanted in my entire life. We needed to figure our own weeks out ourselves. This was not life or death, and it was ridiculous to ask them. I got petty after this, especially them acting as if we are constantly dumping the kiddos on them. So I went through the last 4 years of texts and made a spreadsheet of how many times either of us has asked the other to keep the kids and the duration on an Excel sheet. While we both have made these requests, they have done so for 87 nights 52 times versus me 12 nights 8 times. Obviously, this makes sense since they have a baby, and I didn't send it to them or anything. But it was good to know I'm not crazy. My friends say I should tell them that, fine, I won't keep them during their custody time after their new baby comes. I'm not going to do that. I love my kids and want to see them as much as I can. But I do a lot extra for them. Just some examples. And sometimes Luke, if he's off work, pick the kids up every single day after school. And on Ben custody weeks, I drop them off at their house since he doesn't get off until 5, so that Ashley doesn't have to take the baby out to pick them up. Keep in mind that she does not work anymore. Our divorce decree says that whoever's week it is must drop the kids off at the other parent's house. But I've been doing all of the back and forth for a while again because they have a kid and because it's not that far 5-minute drive, 20-minute walk if it's nice. I take the kids to all of their appointments, do all of the school parent stuff during the day, etc. Since I have a super flexible schedule and Ben isn't, he would need to use PTO for all of this stuff. We usually split health insurance per the divorce decree. They're on his works insurance, but since I take them to all of their appointments, I pay all of the copays. I keep a tally just in case I would end up owing him money and I know what he pays towards the premiums. And in the past it was minimal, but our daughter unfortunately has type 1 diabetes, which has gotten pretty expensive. It wasn't killing me, but then mentioned how tight money was once when I was bringing it up and I decided that it's not affecting my life. Our daughter needed it, so I've been letting it go. Their son has been in the process of being diagnosed with autism and has pretty bad meltdowns. His is all I know from Ben, so they call me pretty frequently to see if I can come and get the kids for a few hours if things are overwhelming. Of course, I love my kids and spending time with them, but I've had to cancel plans for this, and they have not cared. Ben was also in an accident and has been using my old car. I got a new one and hadn't sold the old one yet. It's not worth a ton or anything, but for the past 7 months, he has been using it with no effort to replace his car. Ben travels sometimes for work, and Ben and the kids have a cat over there. Normally, our little girl would take care of the litter box if Ben was traveling, but since her diagnoses and until we get her labs health under some form of control, we both agreed that we don't want her messing with it. They let the cat go outside during the day. Since Ashley has been pregnant, she said she shouldn't have to. And baby boy 7 is a little young. He tried, failed. Now he helps LOL. So I've been doing it. Anyways, these are all benefits for them that I'm going to inform them are ending. I won't go back on my word to have the kiddos after she has her C-section. But the absolute goal of them to not do the one thing that I have requested after all that I have done for them has brought me to this. Most of my friends say I'm not going far enough, but a few have said that it might cause a breakdown in our co-parenting relationship, which would affect the kids. That's really the only thing I care about, so now I'm hesitant. Am I being the asshole?